So I just realized it's been 8 days since I did my last post, and I've done a lot of stuff in those 8 days. So, the avocado I think is still, well, I know it's still in the same pot, but I think I've already transplanted the banana, the better of the 2 dragon fruit, that's the lemon. I broke a few pieces off, so I'm seeing if they'll root, and so far so good. And then that little blueberry actually looks like it's growing. I think that might work. Arranged my porch to make life easier. The other dragon fruit I went ahead and put in the pot the previous one had been in, and it's already looking better. And then yet again broke a piece off by accident, so we're trying to root it. So I don't know. I replanted a bunch of lilies from back here into my front yard because I really didn't like them right there. So I don't know where the hell what I'm gonna put there, but I'll figure something out. Over here, finally got the tree in the ground. Though it is definitely stressing out because of the transplant, because I accidentally snapped a couple roots, but they were little, so hopefully it snaps out of it. Yasterberries, once again, doing great. Clover is doing fantastic. It has spread so much, and I'm so happy. See that? That's the black currant. This red currant is like the happiest thing so far that I've posted, that I've planted. And then over here, I think I need to maybe put some nitrogen back here to see if they'll grain back out, because they're kind of pale. They're not dying or anything, so I don't know. We'll see. Fruit trees all got moved over here in anticipation of me moving all this stuff, because it has not got done yet. Went ahead and up-potted all of the roses, so they're going to live here until I figure out where I'm going to plant them, because I have no idea. They might go in front of the porch. We'll see. Over here, pepper, red okra, purple rain tomatoes. Have no idea what kind of pepper that is. Have no idea what kind of pepper that is. Some very happy basil. More of my mystery peppers. Oh, they're kind of struggling. We'll see what happens. We're going to have a heat wave this week, and peppers love heat, and it's going to rain supposedly today and tomorrow. We'll see. If it doesn't, I still water them very regularly too, so I expect by next week we're going to see one heck of a growth spurt. These are the Sugar Rush Peach, Sweet Mini Bell Pepper, and Poblano peppers. This eggplant's really happy. It's already starting to bloom and everything. So, I'm guessing that this is I don't know if it's Jewel Marble or Marble Jewel, but I think it's going to be that one, because they're smaller, and this plant didn't get super, super tall, so we'll see. Other eggplants, mystery tomato, doing that one's kind of struggle busting. We'll see. There are new types, and the first year is always kind of a crapshoot. Alright, over here, the thyme is starting to go to seed. I didn't know bunnies like pink chard, and they were starting to grow really well. And then I came out here and learned a new thing. So, yay. Oh, that's the savory, which it's winter savory. I didn't realize there was 2 different types. This one is winter. Rosemary has done a lot of growth. Valerian still blooming and going to seed. Sage has put out a metric ton of new growth, which is awesome, because this part of the plant might actually die off now that it has bloomed and went to seed, and these are the new shoots that it shoots off, and I love it. Very pretty and happy oregano. The borage I have not pulled out yet because it is pretty and I love it. I did get the seeds I needed, but they're so happy. I don't want to pull them. But the dill is doing a lot better too, so that makes me happy. White sage is still thriving. One of them's doing really well. The other one's kind of hit and miss. Neither are bad by any stretch. Salvia. Balloon. More errant. Oh, that is so pretty. More errant borage, but borage is supposed to be blue, and for some reason I keep getting these adorable pink blossoms, and I love them. And sometimes I'll have blue and pink on the same plant. I have no idea if it's the acidity in the soil, like with a azalea, or not an azalea, excuse me, a hydrangea, or if it's something entirely different, but it's so cute. And then more thyme. This is garlic chives hiding. I keep forgetting that I have them because they look so much like grass, but this is actually chives that the thyme is trying to interrupt upon. I need to do something about that. Okay. Coneflower's still doing great. Lambs are still doing great. Looks like it's almost to a point where I can deadhead some of it. Borage, after a storm a couple weeks ago, it got pushed aside, so it's not crowding the blueberries anymore. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, you can stay here then. So that blueberry actually looks better than it did a few weeks ago, so that's excellent. That blueberry looks pretty darn good too. The first one's the one that got broken a couple weeks ago that I had the little start of on the porch. This is the pink lemonade blueberry, and it's already putting on new growth, and I'm so happy about that, because if it wasn't a happy plant, it wouldn't do that. The other one over here is doing the same. 2 of them over here that I've seen. So I am over the moon. I will be transplanting at least the cone flowers that are closest to it. I might see if I can leave one over here. On the other side, same thing. I'm going to have to move that salvia, which is going to be difficult because that's a very well established. I think that thing's been there for like 5 years. But I'll have to at least move the coneflower closest to the blueberry, and probably the lambs here because it spreads otherwise. We'll see. Now, the G tomatoes, which are growing fantastically and look wonderful and are blooming, but the Japanese beetles are out, and if I don't pay attention, they will destroy these like they did last year, which really sucked. I might have to come out and put diatomaceous earth on them, because I'm not gonna not get my berries this year. I have grown way too many of these and put way too much work into them this year. Nah. And then the raspberry, it got snapped right there. So even though it looks like it's dying up here, and part of that is dead, I'll trim it away. Part of it's not dead. I need to pay attention to what I'm doing with the damn phone. So we'll see what happens. It'll be fine either way because it's going to put out more growth than just one. The other raspberries over here is just not as long, so I haven't trained it to the trellis yet. More awesome spiky berries. And dude, harvesting this stuff is like insane, because when I say they're spiky, like, I'm not kidding. These little dudes are wicked. It's not the leaf, dude. And the berry casing is just as spiky. Like, it's like they don't want to be eaten. Let's see, ground cherries are doing fantastic. The plants are huge. The raspberries kind of hiding underneath the canopy of this one, because that's the raspberry. More ground cherries. This is, I think, the blackberry. One of these is a blackberry. And I'm basing that off the fact that it actually grew from the stem that I planted, whereas all of these put off new growth. And the stem itself is, like, not alive, apparently. So, I don't know. I might be wrong. That ground cherry is really happy. It's really tall. Excellent. Still haven't transplanted the kale and collards, because I've been doing everything else. So, you know, they're on the list. We'll get them done eventually. They're not big enough that I have to worry about it yet. These are my regular tomatoes. What did I do this year? Berkeley tie-dye, Ozark pink, and pineapple, I believe, are the 3 cultivars I did. I cannot wait for these things to start producing fruit, because 2 of them are kind of like a pinkish purple. Basically, one's a pink, one's a purple, and one is going to be yellow with orange stripes, and it's going to look so cool. Pulled the sugar snap peas out finally, because they were starting to die from the heat. All of these tomatoes grew from the micro tomatoes I had in here last year, and I mean, there's no way they're true to type because I had too much out here, but I just want to see what they grow. And I don't have anything I have to put in this bed right now. So, yay! Unexpected science experiment. Elderberries have almost stopped blooming entirely, and have pretty much gone to berries. The balm and flower down here. I weeded part of this. I haven't actually went through and finished the rest. I really need to. Oh, and I totally ignored the grapevine. There's only 1 cluster of grapes on it this year, and I'm kind of thinking about cutting it down since it doesn't really produce well. Gooseberry. Another, that's a and orange coneflower. So it'll look like the pink one we just saw. This is where I stopped weeding. My poor little lilac. Gooseberry, coreopsis. I cannot wait for this thing to continue spreading. It started off as a tiny little thing, and I love it. It's a ground cover. It's beautiful. And you can see the logs back there from the... I don't know how to pronounce the word I've seen online for it, but basically utilizing it as a soil conditioner instead of letting it go to waste and or paying for chemical fertilizers, because I don't want to do that. Oh yeah, that's right. My Rose of Sharon finally started blooming, and it's gorgeous, and I love it. And every branch is covered. Like, this thing is gonna be insane, and I am all here for it. The poor little Russian sage is trying. I'm very happy lamb's ear. The Weigelia has actually put on a ton of growth recently, which is really cool. And then I've got another lamb's ear. Lamb's ear and the thyme are also ground cover, so they will start taking over underneath these bushes, and the grass and everything will go away because I'm going to weed it and put more of the leaves and grass clippings down and all that fun stuff. So eventually you will just see the plants and not all of the crap growing through around them. And then we did that. Alright, the only thing I have left... Oh, and if I take the grapevine down, I'm going to move... Well, I don't know if I'll move the trellis. I might put some blooming pretty thing, because there's a lilac back there too. But I kind of want to put like seating and a little table back here. I know it's really close to a highway and it always kind of sucks, but like, it's still pretty. And then, I'm very happy bee balm. Over here, we haven't built the arch thingy yet that my husband's wanting to do, and janky ass fence. But I planted a couple of wisteria that are going to go up the fence line, and we're going to replace the god-awful older than dirt posts, but not the actual support structure. And then I have roses already planted. I'm going to put 2 of the altheas that I germinated, and these are the columnar ones, so they just kind of grow tall and not necessarily wide. So it'll be the pretty blooming purple wisteria in the spring. The altheas will bloom right about now because that's what that Rose of Sharon is. The roses are already through their first flush of blooms. I deadheaded them the other day. But oops, and there's a lilac on that side. I couldn't put anything too far over here because that's where my electricity comes in, and I don't want to play that game. But yeah, so like once the rose gets huge and once the althea gets huge, it's going to be these big pretty blooming plants. And the roses are both kind of like a hot pink color. Wisteria is going to go nuts and have tons of pretty purple umbrals on it, and that'll go really nicely with like my bee balm that's scattered throughout the garden, because I got that one here and the one over where the peas were, and the pretty elderberries that bloom in the spring. Like, we're going to have so many bloom cycles, and I've already had so many more pollinators, and the amount of fireflies I have this year compared to last year, just because of leaving the leaf litter or utilizing it in my garden beds. Like, it is so fun to come out here at night and watch. And I cannot wait until I'm able to get this stuff moved and put those trees over there. And that is literally, that and the roses are like my last plantings. I decided to go ahead and buy everything I wanted to end this year out. So next year, I don't have to plant a damn thing. And I will have all kinds of berries and my herbs and my normal gardening stuff. And it'll be awesome. This is, let's see, oh, that's right, the yellow raspberries are over there. I keep forgetting those. The horseradish and the asparagus are over there too. So this is 6 years overall of, this year's the first year I'll call it intensive horticulture work and progression of sustainable food creating sources, aka lots of berry bushes that will come back year after year as long as I don't let them die. So the trees, I can't wait. They'll take a few years before they actually start producing anything, but it's totally worth it. And then all the blooming plants hopefully will help cut down on the highway noise. It's going to be fantastic.